We've all been told to keep going, to hustle, push, stay strong. But what if for once strength means stopping? What if slowing down isn't giving up, but coming back to yourself? Welcome to InspireAbility, the space where lived experience meets empowerment, where we explore what it really means to thrive with disability, difference, and in daily life. I'm your host, and today we're talking about something I had to learn the hard way, the profound power of rest. After my accident, I struggled deeply with the idea of slowing down. My self-worth was completely tied to how much I could do, how productive I could be, how quickly I seemed to be recovering. It was a race against my own limitations, a race I was destined to lose. But over time, through burnout and frustration, I learned something powerful. Rest isn't about giving up. It's about reclaiming control. It's that quiet, unseen space where your body and mind work to repair what the world never sees. It's where true healing begins. Let's talk about the pressure to bounce back. The moment you come home from the hospital or get a diagnosis, everyone seems to have the same line ready. You will be back on your feet in no time. They mean, well, of course, they want to offer hope. But what it really feels like is an expectation, a weight that settles on your shoulders and refuses to budge. The truth is, recovery isn't a straight road. It's messy, uneven, and sometimes painfully slow. It has ups, downs, and long, flat plateaus. But our society doesn't celebrate the quiet healing. It celebrates visible progress, the person who is back at work, running marathons or climbing mountains. So what did I do? I pretended. I smiled through bone-deep fatigue. I'd say I'm fine when every part of me was screaming that I wasn't. I pushed my body far past its limits, trying to live up to an imaginary timeline, until one day I simply couldn't anymore. I hit a wall so hard it felt like I'd shattered, and that is when I finally realized the pressure to bounce back isn't a measure of strength. Sometimes the most resilient thing you can do is look someone in the eye and say, actually, I need a break. True resilience isn't about never falling. It's about honoring what your body needs to get back up, no matter how long it takes. This brings us to redefining productivity. We live in a culture that worships busyness. Being busy is a badge of honor. Your packed schedule, your long to-do lists, your constant motion, it's all seen as a sign of success and worth. But when your health changes, that definition stops working. It becomes a weapon you turn against yourself. I vividly remember looking at my old to-do lists, these lists that used to define my entire day, my entire identity. Now they just mocked me. The simplest tasks felt like monumental efforts. It took a long, painful time for me to accept that progress doesn't always look like doing more. Sometimes it's about doing less, but doing it with intention. Resting is still moving forward. You're just moving in a different, more internal direction. Rest is where your energy refills, your mental focus resets, and your entire perspective has a chance to realign. Think of it like this. A car can't run on an empty tank. Pushing the pedal harder won't get you anywhere. Resting is refueling. It's not laziness. It's essential maintenance. One of the most profound lessons disability teaches you is to listen, really listen, to your body, to your limits, to the subtle ebb and flow of your energy cycles. Before I could power through anything, a late night, a stressful week, physical exertion, I'd just push on. But ignoring your body's signals doesn't make you stronger, it just makes you burnt out faster. Listening, on the other hand, builds a relationship of trust between your mind and your body. It's like learning a new language, the language of your own physical needs. There were days my body would whisper no, and eventually I learned to respect that whisper before it became a scream, because rest isn't a reward you earn after a hard day's work. For many of us, it's a fundamental part of survival. It's what allows us to function, to engage, to live. Learning when to stop isn't a sign of failure. It's a sign of intelligent self-management. It's knowing your resources and allocating them wisely so you have enough for tomorrow and the day after that. There's also a powerful psychology to stillness. When you finally stop rushing, when you let go of the need to be constantly moving and achieving, something inside you changes. Your thoughts finally have space to breathe. You start to notice what's truly working in your life and what isn't. Rest actually activates the brain's recovery mode. It's called the default mode network. This is the same mode that helps you process information, consolidate memories, and emotionally reset. It's where creativity sparks and problems get solved, often without you even consciously trying. When I finally gave myself permission to slow down, to just be still, I realized how utterly exhausted I had been from the performance of trying to be okay. The constant effort, the mental gymnastics, the emotional labor, it was draining. me more than my physical condition. Stillness wasn't empty. It was restorative. It helped me rebuild my sense of self from the inside out, piece by quiet piece. So now rest is a non-negotiable part of my routine. It's not an afterthought or something I do only when I'm about to collapse. I schedule it, I protect it, I respect it as much as any other important appointment. I finally stopped feeling guilty about taking a break. Instead, I see it as strategic, essential self-care. This is especially vital for those of us living with disabilities or chronic conditions. For us, rest isn't optional. It's what sustains our independence, our well-being, and our ability to participate in the world on our own terms. And I want to say this to you as clearly as I can. You do not need to prove your worth through constant activity. You are inherently worthy right now, just as you are. You deserve rest not because you've earned it, but simply because you are human. Thank you so much for joining me today on InspireAbility. If this conversation resonated with you, I'd love to hear your own experiences with rest in the comments below. What has it taught you? Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more conversations about empowerment and living fully. Your support means the world and helps us build this community together. Take care of yourselves and remember to honor your need for rest. See you next time.